Welcome to Lessons with Wesley. If this found you, it was meant to. Take a moment to pause, reflect, and breathe. You're entering a sacred space of tarot, of oracle, meditations, Ogham, and soul-centered wisdom. There are no coincidences here, only invitations. Lessons with Wesley.
As we ride into the year of the fire horse, the sky is speaking in omens and timing. We're still in the ripple of last week's Aquarius eclipse, like a stone dropped into dark water, sending waves of awakening outward. It's the kind of energy that asks, who are you becoming? And are you brave enough to be seen? And now Mercury is preparing to turn inward retrograde this week, reminding us that forward motion isn't always a sprint. Sometimes it's a recalibration, a tightening of the saddle, a clearing of the mind, a rechoosing of what's true. Then, as February closes, the heavens offer a small miracle, a planetary gathering after sunset, an invitation to look up, to remember you belong to something vast and intelligent. So here's the spell for this week. Move with fire. But listen for the signs. Revise what needs revision, speak what needs speaking, and let the sky confirm what your soul already knows. All right, everyone. Welcome to Lessons with Wesley. This is episode 32. Become who you are meant to be. Do not let your spirit age. Oh my goodness. I hope y'all have had a great week. I would say I hope you've had a great week off. But if you're not a teacher here in the South, in Louisiana, you probably might not have been off the whole week for Mardi Gras. No, I did not go do any Mardi Gras parades. Normally I play with the bagpipers. I haven't played with them since August. I just didn't feel like it. I need to relearn the music, but it's just, no, I'm just not feeling that energy right now. I don't feel it. So I didn't go to any Mardi Gras parades, and bagpipe. But what I did do was I flew to Oklahoma and I surprised Lori Cameron. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. She and I had already planned on having a Zoom meeting on Fat Tuesday to finish my Reiki 3. But no, I did let someone know that I was coming just to make sure everything worked out. But I was like, I'm going to surprise Lori and Vez, and I want to do my Reiki 3 in training, which I did. It was great. I loved it. And I also got to have a wonderful, first time ever massage. I've never had a massage, but I went to see Michelle. Oh my goodness. It was just fantastic. And so I had Michelle's a massage therapist in Reiki, and it was just fantastic. And it was just so good to see them. And I had a fantastic week off from school. And her place of business, that's called the Inner Source Healing. So it was just so much fun. And then that Wednesday, I told you, belonged to a group where we meet via Zoom. So the four of us got to get together at Michelle's place and hang out. And it was just so much fun. So much fun. And then just cooked some wonderful food. Did a fantastic brisket on Sunday. I just had the urge to smoke a brisket. So, great week, great week, great week. I hope y'all had a good one. What are we talking about today? All right, so today when I was trying to figure out, okay, what can I do for this episode 32 coming up? Why is the title Become Who You Were Meant to Be? Do not let your spirit age. Well, we just started the year of the fire horse, and that was on the 17th. That was when I had my Reiki 3. No, I didn't plan it like that, but it was so cool that it happened like that. And so I was sitting here, I was like, what can this episode be about? Yeah, I could just base the episode off of do the card pull, then the Ogham stick pull, and then figure out what it's going to be about. But I was like, no, let me see what's going on. So I went to ChatGPT. I'm like, what are some astronomical events? Because I've heard about the Mercury in retrograde, and then we had the lunar eclipse. I said, you know what? What are some things coming up this month in February? I want to see what's coming up, and then I'm going to tie my energy and my intentions into that. And yep, once again, that card pull and the Ogham stick pull, when we get to it, you will notice that it tied in beautifully. So, I like to keep up with what's going on in the skies and the stars. No, I'm not I'm not someone that knows all the ins and outs of astrology, but I kind of dabble with it a little bit. And but I wanted to share, before we get to the card pull, how does this card pull and Ogham stick pull tie into what I'm about to talk about? So here are some of the themes coming up. Some of the events happening that have happened and are still happening in February and into March. So on the 17th, that was the Year of the Fire Horse. That was the lunar eclipse and the Aquarius new moon plus the eclipse. Obviously, that stands for new beginnings, rippling outward, talking about getting rid of the wood snake from last year and shedding. Who are we becoming? Some new identity shifts that are happening. What are we getting still? It's so fascinating that these last 3-4 episodes are about becoming your true self. It just keeps popping up. And when you tie that into astrology of what's going on in the skies and the heavens, it's just magical. I love it. So yeah, riding forward to those goals and intentions that we were setting during the Yule season. We are still defining those goals. We're still shedding what doesn't belong, choosing new people to hang out with, who's in our friend group, who is going to be the best for me spiritually and for my life right now. So think about that as a future reset. Just becoming your authentic self. Let's see. So those of you that like to journal, you could think about maybe the next few weeks or next week, every morning, you could journal, who am I becoming in 2026? Either speak it out loud, do some scripting, do some channel automatic writing, and something coming up, which on the 28th, it's called Planet Parade. It's basically 6 planets are lining up. Those of you that have telescopes or binoculars, you'll have to use those, but some of them will be able to see. But that's so cool. That's coming up on the 28th. So, well, how does that tie in? Okay, we got the planets lining up. What does that have to do with me becoming my true self? Well, stop and look up. This is a look up moment. These intentions that I'm setting, guys, we're all connected somehow. Everything's connected. We are connected. And when you look up and think, my simple 3D body, who I am connected to something vast. And that is pretty powerful. Just realizing, yes, I'm on the right path. Yes, I am connected to something bigger. Just keep that in mind as we enter, towards the last week of February. That 6 planets lining up. I mean, it's pretty cool. And I had some help here. I was looking around on the internet. Think about Neptune being dream, meets Saturn reality, turning these visions into not just a vision, but a concrete goal. I'm going to make this deal with myself. Here's my goal, but I'm going to tie it into the magic of astrology. And it's just, I love it. And another one. So Mercury retrograde starts late February, and that says that kind of goes into March 20th. So I looked that up. Retrograde, you always hear about it. Oh, Mercury's in retrograde. Back up your files. Electronics are going to start screwing up. So what that means, basically, it's like an illusion. It looks like Mercury's going backwards, but it's not. So that's what that means. So when you kind of look at that, well, okay, going backwards. Well, wait, I don't want to talk about going backwards. We're going forwards. Yes, we are going forwards with these goals, but maybe we need to revisit the goals, refine the goals, simplify the goals. I need to maybe rework some routines and be extra clear on my communication, especially during the time of Mercury being in retrograde, the 25th through like towards almost the end of March. So I love how it changed the words. It says, before we gallop, tighten the saddle. So once again, just revisit, simplify. What exactly is it that I need to do? Let's see. What else do we have? I think that's pretty much the gist of it, of kind of what's going on in the skies for now. Okay, so you ready? Here we go. All right, folks. So wherever you are, ground yourselves, set those intentions, ask yourself, yes, I am ready to become my true, authentic self. I am still, I think we're always going to be shedding and getting rid of what no longer works or what doesn't belong. But go ahead and set those intentions. What do I need to revisit? I mean, I don't want to tell you your intention, but just what part of me do I need to relook at? Do I need to revise as Mercury goes into retrograde? No, I'm not going backwards, but I'm just going to stop and think, what do I need to, what part of me do I need to realize, yes, this is wonderful, and yes, this, myself, I am connected to something higher. I'm connected to something bigger. Okay, so what I chose, I have a new Oracle deck that came in, and it's from it's called the Enchanted Forest Oracle cards. Now the manufacturer is Empathsoul. So I was doing my meditation, setting everything up, and the card that came out is the Fountain of Youth. And y'all, I think I have to look, let me see. I think there are 50 cards here. Never used it. First time I cleared it. I cleared it of any energy, and I put my energy and intent in it. And I was setting those questions up. Fountain of Youth. Let go of what no longer serves your highest good. I mean, good grief. The fact that card came out, it's just once again, just hammering home. Look inward, look inward, look inward. Get rid of what shadow work do I need to work on? What do I need to get rid of? And the Oracle and the Ogham stick, y'all, that U came up, Y-E-W, U, that stands for death and resurrection. If that doesn't tie in perfectly about getting rid of what needs to be shed, good grief. So as we enter that eclipse energy and Mercury retrograde, turning our thoughts inward, y'all, it's not a shedding, it's a renewing. So the Fountain of Youth, not about turning back time, not about nostalgia. We're turning back to who we truly are, the essence of who we are, waking. We are waking up. We are remembering. I am powerful. We are powerful. I am enough. We are enough. You are powerful. You are enough. Letting go of these outdated identities, these goals that they're not positive for us anymore. They don't make us feel alive. We've outgrown them. Stop being stuck in a cycle, this repeated narrative. We're stuck. It is time to wake up. And this, I love this line here, and that kind of tied into the title. Release what ages your spirit. And once again, going into the Ogham stick, U, about death and resurrection. The U is ancient. It's a graveyard tree, and it's a threshold tree. So it teaches death. We know it's not an ending, folks. It's a doorway. So So don't think about just death as someone physical. Yes, you don't want to say that to someone that just lost someone because they're going to knock your lights out. No one wants to hear that. But knowing if you did have someone pass away recently, I mean, when you're able to get into that mindset, grief always pops up at different moments randomly. Yes, it gets easier as time passes. But where I am, knowing that, of course, I would love to have my dad here. I would love to smoke a brisket with him and have more old fashions with him. But I can't. But he's not gone. And yes, I'll see him again. No, I don't mean in this, and I'm not getting into religion or anything, but no, I don't just, I'll see him in heaven because I'm saved. No, I'm not. His energy is around. It's there. He's probably already back on this earth somewhere in some parallel universe. Or who knows what he's doing. But yes, I will get to visit that spirit again. And sometimes I do have some powerful visitations. I mentioned that. And I will have a whole episode about that because I've smelt him. I've held him. And it's the same. I felt the energy. But that'll be for later. But it's not just death, physical death. It's death of what no longer belongs. And the fact that that card and that Ogham stick came up together, it's just a powerful, powerful reminder. It's not just some, the year of the fire horse. Okay, neat. No. It's just a reminder that, guys, we're all connected. We are connected somehow. And that we're not just going through life, that we need to actually start to remember who we are and getting rid of what no longer serves us. That fountain of youth, keeping that spirit young. This death, resurrection. Simplify the goals. Shed. You know how it is when you let go of something or you grieve or you get to talk to that loved one or just vent. You feel lighter because there's something going on inside. You literally feel lighter. So, how's that tie in? Mercury retrograde, refine, revise, the eclipse, the ripples, this shifting of our identities, the fire horse moving forward with clarity. So once again, it's not just about burning away what doesn't belong. It's about who am I becoming now that I have chosen to let that go. And then when we let that go, we just feel better. We feel alive. We feel more playful, aligned. We're returning to joy. Once again, there's that phrase again, let joy be your compass. And that yew tree is that doorway. Walk through that doorway. Get on that fire horse. Get them spurs. And folks, it is time to start galloping. You hear me? Refine those goals. Tighten up that saddle. Let's get going. All right, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Share it with a friend, family, loved one. If you've gotten some out of it, you think they'll get something out of it. Please share it, like, subscribe. So the card, the Fountain of Youth, that's a reminder to release what no longer serves your highest good. The Ogham stick, death, resurrection. It's not about loss. It's about renewal. As Mercury turns inward and the eclipse ripples outward, we're being invited to simplify, to ask, who am I becoming? What identity is ready to fall away so a truer one can rise? The fire horse does not carry the past. It carries purpose.